Hello dear viewers, we are starting our work in the state television campaign in Western Armenia. Broadcast for today. A draft resolution was submitted in the U.S. Senate related to Artsakh. U.S. Congressman Patrick Fallon is willing to join the Armenian Affairs Committee. Baku's demands to Eastern Armenia. The Foreign Minister of Switzerland rejected to convene an international conference dedicated to Artsakh. Armenian schools reopened in Syria. Zarmik Poghikyan. The aim of Baku, Turkey and Russia towards Syunik. Davit, Shahnazaryan. Iranian culture considers the Armenian peoples honest and sincere. American Senators Gary Peters and Bill Cassidy in the Senate submitted a bipartisan resolution which condemns the ethnic cleansing of Artsakh and calls for sanctions against the genocidal regime of Azerbaijan. The resolution demands the release of Armenians held in illegal captivity and the termination of U.S. military aid to Azerbaijan and the right of return of Armenians of Artsakh under international protection. The resolution suggests the following points: to recognize the blockade and military operations of Artsakh as ethnic cleansing, apply sanctions against Azerbaijan criminal officials, provide security guarantees for Armenians of Artsakh, provide the needs of Armenians of Artsakh, apply Article 907 of the Act of Freedom Support, to develop the U.S.-Armenian security partnership, promote American diplomacy in the South Caucasus. The resolution also addresses the issue of the release of Armenian prisoners of war and the protection of Armenian cultural heritage. It also states the fact of violation by Azerbaijan of the UN Genocide Convention. U.S. Congressman Patrick Fallon is willing to join the Armenian Affairs Committee. On 17 December, Ambassador Lidit Makunt and Congressman Patrick Fallon had a meeting. To establish peace between Eastern Armenia and Baku was discussed in the meeting. To respond to the ambassador's proposal, the congressman expressed his willingness to join the Armenian Affairs Committee of the U.S. Congress. President of Baku Ilham Aliyev stated in an interview to Russia's Сегодня agency about the two main requirements that Yerevan must fulfill in order to sign a peace treaty. The amendment in the constitution of Eastern Armenia to remove the provisions related to the Declaration of Independence, which according to Aliyev consists of territorial claims. As for the Prime Minister of Eastern Armenia, Nikol Pashinyan, he denied and stated that the constitution of Armenia does not contain any demands to the neighboring countries. Demand was the dissolution of the Oskhe Minsk group. According to Aliyev, it is pointless because Eastern Armenia has recognized Artsakh as part of Azerbaijan. Official Yerevan suggests to discuss this issue in the context of the peace treaty. The authorities of Eastern Armenia have stated that Aliyev's demand contradicts reality and don't contribute to the establishment of peace. The Foreign Minister of Switzerland rejected the initiative of MPSCs to convene an international conference dedicated to Artsakh. They declared that Eastern Armenia and Baku should settle this conflict, reports the country's Federal Council. The deputies proposed to the government to organize a forum in 2025 for negotiations on the return of Armenians. The parliamentarians in the COP of the forum suggested a dialogue between Baku and Armenians of Artsakh regarding the collective return of the Armenian population. Zarmik Poghikyan, editor of the Aleppo Gandasar weekly newspaper, informed that the situation in Aleppo is calm. In recent days, people have returned to their everyday affairs. As Armenian schools have opened, the water and food problems have already been solved. The damaged reservoir has been repaired and water supply is being restored in all regions of Aleppo. However, Poghikyan warns that the situation remains tense because of the Israeli planes, and there is a need to remain vigilant until a new government is elected. Middle East doesn't exist that it was 2 or 3 weeks ago. What the Middle East will be like now, no one knows. Davit Shahnazaryan, the former head of the National Security Service, expressed this point of view. The reason for the events that happened in Syria was mentioned by experts. The first of them is that Hamas was significantly weakened. Turkey has a great influence on the groups operating in Syria. This was an operation carried out by Turkey and coordinated with the United States. There is no doubt several European countries were aware about this. Armenia has fallen between predators who have the same interests. The goal of the 3 countries is to deprive Armenia from Syunik region under the name of the corridor. Those 3 countries are Azerbaijan, Turkey and Russia, said Shahnazaryan. The Minister of Education, Science, Culture and Sports of Eastern Armenia, Shahnazaryan, received the delegation led by Sayed Reza Salehi Amiri, the Minister of Cultural Heritage, Tourism and Handicrafts of the Islamic Republic of Iran. Cooperation occupies a special place in the field of culture in the interstate relations of Armenia and Iran. We are already working together in different directions, and a number of cooperation documents are signed between the 2 countries, and those will lead to implementation of new effective programs, said Shahnazaryan. She also emphasized that the people of Armenia and Iran undertook to preserve common values. She highlighted the importance of encouraging the joint work of the cultural structures of the two states and the implementation of new projects in various fields. Dear viewers, this was all for today. I wish you a good day. We will meet.